Asheville, small and known for its rolling mountains, its countless breweries, and being ranked number 1 as America's happiest city. While the blogs and magazines portray one reality, there is another side that is true for Black residents living here. So how did Asheville become nationally known for making a historic decision?
The national debate over reparations for slavery reached a historic milestone this month as Asheville, North Carolina became the very first city in the South and only the second in the nation to formally approve financial restitution for Black residents. Tonight, we take a closer look at what the so-called reparations would actually mean and ask, could the city be possibly a model for the rest of the country?
Reparations is a way to make life more equitable, like how you live more equitable in terms of money, community development, economic development, many different ways of making it more equitable. That's what reparations is to me. You can give out money individually. It's possible. It can help people. Some people need to pay their rent, stuff like that, groceries, food, necessities, resources. But personally, I think an efficient way to address disparities is for community development, economic development, to make the community more cultivated through means of that, in terms of like programs, school programs, after school programs, parks, communities. There's many different ways.
The Reparations Commission is empowered to make short, medium, and long-term recommendations that will make significant progress towards repairing the damage caused by public and private systematic racism. The task of the Reparations Commission is to issue a report in a timely manner for consideration by the city and other participating community groups for incorporation into the respective short-term and long-term priorities and plans.
In 2017, 4,332 businesses were reported to the census in Asheville, but only 309 were owned by Black and brown business owners.
Our city has an obligation to obviously right the wrongs, right? And our present government are not responsible per se for the harms that have happened, but they do understand the devastating effect that urban renewal and now gentrification has had on Black-owned businesses. So part of the reparations process, I think that our city ought to be responsible for funding Black businesses and getting them off the ground. And I think that once that happens, we'll have a thriving Black economy. We know that if it's going to happen, we have to do it ourselves, but funding it helps.
In Asheville City Schools, only 11% of Black students grades 3 to 8 were considered proficient in math in the 2021-2022 school year, based on an end-of-year standardized test compared to the 66% of white students who were considered proficient. That's a 55% point gap. Similarly, only 13% of Black students in the same grades were considered proficient in reading, compared to 75% of white students, a 62% point gap.
I feel like it's important to know your history. It's a part of our history. We can't erase it, no matter if the government wants to take that away from schooling. But you can't erase that, and you can't really get over that. So I feel like implementing more money towards programming, right, just adding more money to that so people can learn what America is. It would be great to see more Black doctors, just again, that representation.
Between 2013 and 2017, the infant mortality rate was 19.6 per 1,000 live births for Black Buncombe County mothers, compared to 5.1 per 1,000 live births for white Buncombe County mothers.
Just reading programs, after-school reading programs to help kids, especially African-American kids. Like the reading rate in Asheville for African-American kids is substantially lower than everyone else.
Acknowledgements to the harm that's been done, I think that can be done on a national platform.
In 2020, the Black home ownership rate in Asheville was 37.8%, while the white home ownership rate was 69.6%.
There's no model to follow. We are setting the precedents, and that's a lot of pressure. It's unique to Asheville, Buncombe County, what we're doing.
In 2022, Black incarcerated individuals accounted for 32% of the Buncombe County Detention Center average rate daily population.
We're really encouraging our young people, those who still part of a home, do something to try to make sure that we secure that for the future. Reparation to me would be, what can we do now to make it better for our children? Not so much what can I get out of it.
So where do we go from here?